June 25, 2009, Los Angeles, Beverly Hills. The sun rises silently, just as it always does. However, that morning, as the sun's golden rays spread across the city, many people had no idea that their day would unfold in an unusual way. No one would remember this day in the same way. A phone call, a piece of news, a heartbreak, a global legend would disappear in the middle of an ordinary day. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, a legend. His name was on everyone's lips. But that moment, that day, when his heart stopped, everything else's meaning would change. A life ended. Inside Michael Jackson's mansion in Beverly Hills, at exactly 12:22 p.m., something went wrong. At that moment, only a few people were present in the house. Jackson's personal doctor, Conrad Murray, security guards, and a few close friends. Jackson was alone in his bedroom. He hadn't woken up. Normally, a man who would wake up with energy and motion was now showing no signs of waking. Conrad Murray immediately sensed that something was wrong. He rushed to his side, but it was too late. Jackson's body had already ceased functioning a while ago. Everything unfolded too quickly, but the exact time of death would remain a subject of debate. The doctor immediately called for emergency services. Michael Jackson, in that luxurious Beverly Hills mansion, was facing death in some form. The ambulance arrived quickly, with sirens blaring. But time, as always, was the biggest enemy. Jackson had already fainted due to a heart attack. Doctors later confirmed that an overdose of medication was the primary cause. Propofol. This drug had slowly crept into Jackson's life, drawing him deeper into its grip with each passing day. But that morning, this drug hastened his death. Hours passed. Michael Jackson, in his Beverly Hills mansion, in his own room, was facing death. The ambulance rushed him to UCLA Medical Center. When the news of his death was first heard in the emergency room, a wave of shock spread from that mansion in Los Angeles to the rest of the world. It was truly hard to believe. The king of pop, that person, Michael Jackson. As difficult as it was, the reality slowly began to settle in. Michael Jackson has passed away, echoed from every corner, but something was missing. On that day, it wasn't just Jackson's fans who were affected. The entire world was practically talking to each other. This death, as tragic and mysterious as it was, also raised many questions. How did it happen? Why and how did Michael Jackson die? While Propofol was believed to be the cause, the question of whether there was something more hidden behind his death would remain a question mark. After the news of Jackson's death, shockwaves spread around the world. Millions of people, filled with doubt and heartbreak, turned on their televisions, phones, and computers. This was a reality that was too hard to believe. Jackson was not just a star, he was a legend. Such a loss would lead to a void that would affect not only the music world, but the entire cultural legacy. As the days passed, preparations began for the funeral. Fans, family, friends, and people from around the world wanted to see him one last time. On July 7, 2009, a grand memorial service was held for Michael Jackson at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Around 20,000 people were inside. Outside, millions more kept a place in their hearts for him. The service wasn't just a farewell to him, it was a reminder to the entire world. Michael Jackson was not just a pop star. He was a symbol that touched everyone's life. When the ceremony began, everyone fell silent. A minute of silence demonstrated the world's love for Jackson once again. Many famous names attended Michael Jackson's memorial service. Stevie Wonder, Mariah Carey, Usher, Jennifer Hudson, and many other artists paid their final respects. The ceremony, while filled with sadness, was also a celebration. Michael Jackson's life was seen not just as a loss, but as a legacy that touched the world through his music. Jackson had entered history as the king of pop. But those who truly knew him also knew that the same care he took in preparing for the stage was present in how he lived his life. And that day, As his spirit was sent on its final journey, his fans replayed his songs over and over, remembering Thriller, Billie Jean, and Beat It. As the funeral procession moved through the streets of Los Angeles, a crowd followed, walking the paths Jackson once walked. In everyone's heart, there was a peace, a hope. Michael Jackson would never be forgotten. They felt the greatest truth about death deep within. Death was not just an end. It was, in fact, a beginning. In that moment, the world seemed to stand in silence, paying tribute to his memory. Millions of people, not only silently but with a heartfelt connection, showed their love for him. The procession moved from Los Angeles to Neverland Ranch. As Jackson's funeral marked the final point of his life, it also became a symbol. In the end, Jackson's body, defying death, became a part of his own legend. So, how did Michael Jackson die? The answer to this question is still unresolved. The effect of Propofol was noted in hospital reports. But what else was behind it? Jackson was not just a music legend. He was the voice of a culture, the sound of an era. His death, as one of the most talked about events in world history, would forever stay in people's minds. But the greatest question may never be answered. Did Michael Jackson prepare his own end? Or was this death the result of a tragedy, a system, and unknown forces? No one truly knew. And perhaps that was the very thing that made his death such a profound mystery.